What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chef DA coming at you different this time. So we're gonna be doing some sea moss. So the sea moss, I got up on this because I think I watched a video on the Breakfast Club about Dr. Sebi, and then I got introduced to that about trying to get I'm at that age where I need to just, I should have been, already on the health tips and trying to make sure I'm on the up and up of what I'm doing with my health. But found out about this sea moss. Basically, I've been using this for a while now, and no complaints. If you guys know any places that has anything as far as any organic places, I know there's one dude I was looking at when I first got introduced to it. He basically found a source in Jamaica, and then now he's selling his own sea moss, aka Irishmoss. This is the sea moss, aka Irishmoss. So I'm just gonna get right to it. So most people ask, how do you make this? Most people ask, how do you make sea moss? And I'm gonna show you. So this is what I usually do. You can use a blender. It can be any size, really. You just need enough water, and the water that I'm going to be using isn't regular water. This is the alkaline water, and I would actually soak this. So this comes dry in the package, and when you get it, you submerge it in water. And I usually put it in overnight, and then it puffs up from this size to this size. I would actually soak this Irishmoss in alkaline water and then blend it in alkaline water. It's you should be doing this because I live in Arizona, and the water here, you shouldn't even be using water that's like not alkaline, period, because it's just an alkaline diet. I try to drink as much alkaline water as I can. They have dispensers that you can put in your home, but they cost thousands of dollars. So I just go out and just buy alkaline water. But let's get to it. I'm gonna show you guys how I get this done. So basically I'm going to just put seamoss, and it's pretty sticky. I would say sometimes put a little bit in at a time. I would usually have scissors. It is what it is. If you ever went to an Asian restaurant and had any type of, if you had any type of seaweed in your dish, it's almost the same thing, but this is just sea moss. I'm gonna put this in it. So it's gonna take a long time for this to get the consistency to where you want it. So I usually put the water up to, I usually put water in there enough to submerge it, but I'm gonna put a little bit more in there, and I'm gonna do it all right, here we go. All right, so that's only half, and it's already full. You can see that. You can see that's only half, and it's already full. So I'm just gonna. This should look like petroleum jelly when you're done. It's gonna take a long time to mix it up to make it that smooth. So sometimes when you think it's ready and it kind of looks curdly looking, it's supposed to be smooth, like to the point where you can just looks just like petroleum jelly. But we're gonna keep going and get this as smooth as possible because I know it takes a long time. So I'm just gonna keep going. So I'm just gonna open it up. See. Smooth it is. So look at that. This should be smooth. Get it as smooth as possible. I told you this does take a long time, so This is kind of me speeding it up, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't look like how when I pour it in there, then just keep going. If it doesn't look how I'm poured in there when I'm done, just keep going and just try to get it as smooth as possible. Know that the next day, when it usually put it in the fridge, you should refrigerate it right after you mix it up and put it in your container. I think the shelf life on it may be like 5 days. So me personally, just try to use it every day. I'm going to be showing you guys some tips later how to use the sea moss, but this video is just to show you how to make the sea moss. But we're going to have more videos, but I'm going to blend this up just a little bit more. So I think it's ready. I know it's ready. So I'm gonna get my jar. You can get any type of balls jar. You can get any type of balls jar. This is just a jar that I have right here that I'm using it. I don't know how big this is, but it's 250 milliliters. So if you want to share this with other people, I would get. And now I'm just going to pour all the good stuff. So you see how thick it is? It's almost like petroleum jelly or Vaseline. So just gonna pour this in here. You see the consistency. Here too sounds kind of gross. That's how it should look. Real smooth. And that's it. You just put the top on there, close it up, put it in the fridge. And that's basically how you make sea moss. And it's probably one of the easiest things to make. But another thing you can do too is most people don't like the taste of it. So I would personally just put honey in it. Honey might cut out some of the flavor, but at the end of the day, you got to remember that it's not one of the most pleasant tasting things that you can put in your food. But I usually put it in my smoothies almost every day. I put maybe a quarter cup in my smoothies. So this is the same container I put my smoothies in. So I'll probably put a quarter cup to maybe like half a cup, because you never know, man, this stuff goes a long way. So you just got to get used to that taste. But at the end of the day, it's to get that immune system good, get all that mucus out of the body. That's what you need, especially around these times with what's going on in the world. Sea moss can help you guys so much, man. Just look up on it, look up Dr. Sebi. That's where I got all my information from. I'm going to put a link in the description to some things. And also, when you buy in sea moss, make sure you look into where you're getting your sea moss from, because at the end of the day, you just want to make sure it's a reputable supplier. I think that's the way you say it, or just make sure you're getting it from the right place. But at the end of the day, this is how you make Irish sea moss. Check me out on Instagram at chefdauc. You can find out pictures, videos, and most of the daily stuff or weekly stuff that I post on there. And I will be coming out with more tips and tricks on how to make certain things, certain food that I've learned. It's most of the stuff I'm learning on my own too, just winging it. So, but at the end of the day, this is your boy Chef D8, and this is how you make Irish sea moss.